Many times I get questions from people who want to know how much Markham property values dropped from the end of the previous year to the present. I thought it could be a good idea to break down the average price of one of the most sought after areas in Markham, Cachet, close to Highway 404, and more precisely for each freehold asset class, including detached homes, semi-detached homes, and freehold townhouses. If you're trying to decide if this is a good time for you to enter the Markham market, this could be a useful resource video. Hey, welcome back to another video on the AV Team Real Estate channel. I'm Antonio and I am a local real estate agent in the GTA. If you have been enjoying the weekly video from this channel, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that it can be shared with more people who want to get updated on the real estate market in the Greater Toronto. Greatly appreciate it. If you have any inquiries about the real estate, don't hesitate to contact me via the first link in the description down below. I'll start the home prices in Cachet, which is near the Highway 404 border from Richmond Hill on the west of Markham. Cachet is truly becoming one of the most popular communities in Markham due to the number of great schools such as St. Augustine Catholic School, Lincoln Alexander Public School, and so much more. When demand is high, home prices tend to go higher. As usual, we are inside Realm to take a look at the property in Cachet. So we start off in York, Markham, Cachet for all the freeholds property that were sold, and we are taking a look at the data in June of last year in 2023 as a comparison for all the detached freehold properties. As you can see, there are only 6 transactions sold last year in June. Most of them were sold above $2 million. One thing to note is that most of them are 4-bedroom or more, and the way I categorize the homes is by the lot size and the square footage. We have 2 that were sold on the 40th lot. We have some that is in 50 lot front, and then we have 2 more that were sold above 60 lot front. Here you can see that prior year we still have low inventory in freehold properties in Markham, specifically here in Cachet. Most of the transactions here were sold less than 8 days. Most of the 40th lot is 2 garage, most 50 lot with 2 garage. The wider one here at 56 front lot, we can see that they have 3 car garages for the wider 56 lot. Most of the 60 lot or above, mostly you're gonna see is with the 3 garages, and so as this one with 3. If we look at the average right now for these 6 homes, the average price is sitting at $2,390,000 at the moment, and the average days on the market is only at 5. And now let's take a look, same data here in the same area, but this time we are looking at data for June of 2024 this year. I'm actually recording this video on July 24 of this year, so we still have like a week to go for July. That's why I'm comparing the data for June of last year, so we have a full month data to compare with. And as you can see here, we only have 4 transactions this year in June compared to last year it was 6. Right off the bat, we can see that we have fewer transactions in this year, although we have the rate cut already happening in June. One thing to notice right away is the days on the market is way longer than last year. Remember that last year we have less than 8 days, basically everything will be sold. But this year we have 46, 32, 27. This is the least is at 11, but mostly you're gonna see more than a month sitting on the market. So that is a one big change. And just to compare the 44 lot with the 2 garage, this was sold in June 20th of 2024. And as you can see from last year, 44 lot were sold for $2,030,000. One of the largest 41 lot also sold for 2.4. So compare that right now with this one here at 44 lot front, it has come down to 1.8 million. We can argue inside of the unit can differ from one home to another, but at a glance, we can see that price has come down from 2 million and above, and now in June 2024 we have 1.8, just one sale that happened during late June. So now let's compare one of the 60 lot front 4+1 bedroom with 4 washroom that were sold in June of 30th of 2024 for 2.188 million. And here is the list for June 2023 for a similar unit for the 61 lot, and also with 4 bedroom plus 1 and a 4 washroom. It was sold for 2.2 million. in June 15 of 2023. It was a slight decrease of about 20,000. Just a quick comparison for another one, 61 lot, but this time with just shy of 5,000 square feet, which is a bit larger than the previous one, for 2.615 million that were sold in June 10 of 2024. A similar unit that were sold in 2023 in June was this one, just shy of 5,000 square feet for similar lot front of 60 and 4+2 with 6 washroom, and sold for 2.915 in same time June last year. With this year we have a similar one for 2.6, which could potentially means that it's down another 300,000 from the year prior. And now, just to give you a fun fact from the date of recording, from July to July of 24, we have only 2 transactions transacted in Cachet. One that were 44 lots sold for 1.692, and as you recall, we have a 44 lot here that was sold for 1.8. So at a glance we can see that it probably went down a bit. Might has been a less superior home than the one that was sold June of 2024, but nevertheless it seems that it came down. There's a larger luxurious home that was sold just shy of 5 million, and this is a huge home, as you can see, with 3 garage and a massive lot front with a pool and a basketball court. Of course, this is a rare luxury unit that's been on the market for over 42 days, and this can simply means that it can skew the average prices home for Cachet in Markham because of one luxury home that sold for less than 5 million. Now let's take a look at the average stats for June of 2023. As you can see, we have the average pricing of the 6 homes that were sold in 2023, and the average price is 2,390,000 with days on the market average of 5. And now let's take a look at the stats for June of 2024, and we have came down to 2,218,000. Now the average days on the market is at 29. Now let's take a look at the semi-detached home in Cachet during 2023. We have really a small amount of semi-detached in Cachet, and this is the whole entire year of 2023. We have only 1 sale, and that is this one here at 57 Lake Spring Drive, and it is a 30 lot by 77 and sold for 1.5 million on May of 2023, and this is how it looked like in the front. So there is really nothing to compare with. Now let's look at the same area in Cachet for the entire time in 2024 as of recording in July 24 for semi-detached home, and there are only 3 transactions. At the very least, better than the last year with just 1. However, it seems the price have came down. Let's take a look at the average prices for the 3 homes is 1.359 million, and the average days on the market for 13. Obviously it is not as bad as the detached home, but we are talking about less amount of inventory. So now let's take a look at the Cachet for all the freehold townhouses from the year of 2023. And I have to also point out that Cachet is full of detached home in the area and less amount of freehold or semi-detached. That is the reason why we see less sales. For example, here in the entire 2023 we only have 6 transactions from January of 2023, some in the mid in June and also in August and September. Now let's take a look at the 2024 sales for the freehold townhouses as of recording in July 24 of 2024. So we have a total of 8 sales as opposed to in the entirety of 2023 only 6 sales. There is a little bit of improvement here in Cachet for the freehold townhouses, and in terms of days on the market it seems like it's better than the freehold market. They take more than 30 days to sell the unit, but as opposed here take less. It could also means that the freehold townhouses is less amount in the area, therefore there are more demand for the townhouses. For most of the older townhouses, the lot front is usually between 24 to 26. For example, of 10 Sanderson Road, which is 24 lot front, and then the 175 Hope Crest, 4 Magnolia, and also 9 Magnolia Road, lot front of 24 feet. And the rest, you can tell that this 1.45 sold price and above 1.5 million, like this one here at 173 Mark Lane and 20 Allen Francis Francis Lane, these are all new build. The lot size are much lower. One is 18, one is 21. However, square footage is much larger, just under 3,000 square feet. The reason why is the newer build, they maximize the living space more. For example, this is one of the newer build at 58 Allen Francis Lane. The interior design and renovation are usually better and it is more spacious. Like I said, they were maximizing the living space. Here is another example, but the downside is that they don't have a backyard as opposed to those older townhouses. They only have a garage at the back and nothing else. And once again, the newer build, they were tend to be selling almost closer to 1.5 million at the time of the releases. And the older townhouses, by no means they are very old. They're probably about maybe 15 to 20 plus years, but they usually has a bigger backyard and also larger lot front. However, they're still showing signs of downward trend. For example, the 4 Magnolia Road, which is a 24 lot front that were sold in March 10 of 2024 at 1.3 million. And on the same street, a 9 Magnolia Road, which is sold May 7 in 2024 with similar lot front and depth, and it was down to 1.24 from 1.3 a few months prior. So there are still a downward trend comparing from the beginning of the year to later part of the year. Now let's take a look at the average stats for 2023. As you can see, there's 6 total houses that were sold in 2023, and the average price sold was 1,237,000, and the average days on the market is 19. And here is the data for the year so far in 2024 as of July 24, and we have a total count of 8 sales, and the average price right now is 1,364,000, and the average days on the market actually has gone down to 12. And the reason the price has pushed up is mainly because there are few newer townhouses that were built this year and the price was higher, and therefore the price has pushed further up. But if you compare the pricing for the townhouses, I would say they remain relatively the same. Now let's have a summary of all the asset classes average prices as of July 24 in Cachet Markham. We start off with the detached home. The average price right now is 2,506,000 with an average days on the market of 18 days. And if you compare the price from last year in 2023, it was an average of 2,276,000. It seems that it has gone up quite a bit, but don't forget, if you refer back to the earlier part of the video when I talked about the detached homes, there is a super luxurious home that sold for almost 5 million, and that has skewed up the prices for this detached home in Cachet Markham. If it's not for that particular unit that was sold for that price, I would assume the price has gone down as well. Lastly, I just want to touch upon the lowest price sold in this area in Cachet for the detached home at 41 Calico Crescent, sold for 1,692,000 on July 19 of 2024. This is the lowest price that we've seen so far compared to even last year in 2023. Now, for semi-detached homes, the average price as of July 24 of 2024 is at 1,359,000, and it is down from last year, which they only have one sale at 1,505,000. So it's really hard to assume that it's a price drop of over 200k, but there was only one sale. We cannot base on that to tell you the trend. The average days on the market is 13 days, and the lowest price was sold during May of this year in 2024 at 1,285,000. Lastly, Freehold townhouse, the average price right now is at 1,364,000, and last year the average was 1,237,000. So it seems that has gone up again, but like I said earlier, it was due to number of new builds that were completed this year, and the price is much higher, so the price was pushed up. And the average days on the market is 12 days. For the lowest price we've seen so far this year, it was in the early January at 1,170,000 at 10 Sanderson Road. This is the lowest price we've seen for the freehold townhouses. Home prices are still coming down compared to 2023 prices, especially from the previous month, but overall they are quite resilient. Days on the market are increasing and sales are really suffering as the days go by. I hope you enjoyed today's analysis of the market update for all the freehold properties in Cachet, Markham. Also, do let me know if you would like me to do a similar community analysis in a different area in which you may be interested, and I can make that video for you in the future. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.